Well, hi, everybody. I just want to again thank you for your help this coming weekend for the SAT. And I especially want to just thank you for sort of your patience as we navigate a new system. College Board loves to change something, in this case a couple of things, every time there's a test. So I just want to say thank you for your patience as Suzanne and I sort of navigate test day toolkit for the first time. We knew we had to do some things, but it was not clear initially that you all would have to do a few things in there as well. So we will get through it together. We're going to relax, and I'll be around to help, and we'll get through it on Saturday morning. So just a couple quick things. You can obviously park in the west main lot or in the east lot. The security desk will be open and ready to go at 6:30 that morning with Victor. You can park and then come upstairs to room 2214. We'll have materials there. If you could be here and picking up your materials by 7:30, that would be great. Students will begin to arrive at 7:30. We will not have them start to come up to the rooms until closer till probably 7:50ish. I'll start bringing up at least some of the students out of the foyer up to their testing rooms. And again, for the check-in and for the seating chart, you'll need a personal device. So you could use your phone, a personal laptop, or we'll have a bank of Chromebooks ready to go, if not, to do the check-in. We don't believe there is, College Board has at least not initially sent anything for a test staffing agreement. So at this time, this sheet that many of you are used to signing, we get to skip this year, but if that changes, it will be available and I'll have it ready on Saturday if for some reason it comes in a new shipment. So once obviously you get your bin, you go back to your room. Something that's new this year is going to be the check-in piece. So what you'll initially do, and I've got a screen here that kind of walks you through it, but you're going to log into your test day toolkit on your device. You're going to click on your room, and as students, and most of our testing rooms, including standard time, are pretty small this year. I think there are around 22 students. What you'll do to check them in is once you click on your room and test day toolkit, you're going to click on their name, and once you click on the student's name, their entire profile actually kind of pops up. The picture pops up along with their registration number. So the student's going to either have they're going to have their entrance ticket hopefully with them, and then also their ID. So if you were to say, if I were to show up to your room and say Andrew Young, I'll have my testing ticket, my ID, you'll click on my name and I'll pop up. And once I pop up on the screen, you're just going to quickly click room check-in, and you'll check me into your room and you'll move on to the next student. So I'm just going to show you quickly what this looks like. So if I were to go I've got class that I want and his name, and yep, this is Kendall. And this is his registration number. This is him. Yep, he's standing in front of me with his ID. And I'm going to click room check-in and I'm going to move on. So that is how you will check students into your room. One of the things that Suzanne has done once again, which is really, really helpful this year, is you'll be kind of at the door checking students in. You'll tell the student as you check them in to go find their note cards. So you can put the note cards in alphabetical order on the seats in your classroom. That way you're not trying to navigate like taking a student to their seat and also checking students in. You can just say, Kendall, you're here. Thank you. I've got you checked in. Now go find the seat with your note card and your name on it. If you have a student that doesn't have a note card, but they're on your roster in here, they definitely should be here. Just have them go find an open seat. We'll deal with that later. Before testing, again, we've talked about this. They'll start to arrive just before 8 o'clock. You can allow students to come into your room so long as you're doing the pre-administrative tasks. So that's kind of bubbling in fields. I believe it's 1 through 9 that we have to do this year. As long as you have not started the test directions for section 1, they're still able to come in. We're not collecting devices. Again, if a device goes off, including an iPhone, they should not, or an iWatch, they should not have anything on them for sure. Cell phones should be powered down watches, anything that can communicate, power down underneath their desk. If you want to have them put them up on the whiteboard, that's fine too. We're just not going to collect them and take them out of your room. If a device goes off, we will need to fill out an irregularity report. It's very standard. I don't want you to do that on your own. You actually have the ability now through this toolkit to do that on your own. Please do not ever fill out an irregularity. I will help you with that, or Charlotte will help you with that. We do not want you filling out an irregularity on your own. Just get the device turned off, allow the student to test. Often College Board will actually let the kid finish, which is sort of new over the last couple years. They don't kick them out. So just get the device off, figure out whose it is later, and we'll deal with it. Just note how long it goes off. That's part of the write-up, but let's just get it off and move on, and we'll fill out the irregularity report later. The pre-administrative tasks, again, these will be very clear and scripted in your the paper copy of your script. As noted, the test book serial number, so our test center ID, which they have to bubble in 14364, you'll have that on the board. The form code and test ID, which are right here on the back of their testing booklet, and it goes, of course, also go on their answer sheet. Those sometimes look like, again, I always think they're like examples or fake, but no, those are the exact form codes and test ID that they will need to bubble. Something that's really going to make your life easier, I can't emphasize this enough, the test book serial number. Whoops, that's not what we wanted to do. The test book serial number, which is on the actual test booklet. So once you've distributed the test book serial number, it's this little code under the barcode on the front of their individual test booklet. I want you, we will write this into the script. I want you to have the student to write that number on the little note card that's on their desk. So my little note card would just say Andrew Young in my room probably. I'm gonna write down the 041531 right there so that you can see that when you come around in a few minutes to do the seating chart. I want you to write that so you don't have to disrupt the tester. So you'll do, as usual, these very short pre-administrative tasks. There's not a lot of them. We're doing the minimum. From there, this is the new part. So from there, you'll finish those pre-admin tasks hopefully relatively quickly, and then you're going to start the directions for test one. When you finish and you say, okay, now you may begin, you're going to put the start and stop time up on the board. Do that first, and then you're going to come back into Test Day Toolkit, and you're actually going to click Start Testing. What that does is that just submits the attendance to me and a couple of other things. That's really all it is. That's the only time you have to note that you've started the test. There's nothing else that you need to do with that. It just does some things on the back end of Test Day Toolkit. So I can quickly show you again where that's at. So I want you to do this. You're going to actually do the test book serial numbers and the seating chart in Test Day Toolkit. Obviously, as many of you know, you'll pass out the test booklets when you distribute them earlier in the process in that kind of serpentine, kind of snaking pattern up and down the rows. We've already talked about starting the test. So the test is started, you've already distributed everything. What you're going to do then is come back into Test Day Toolkit and just take a few minutes. You'll have plenty of time. You're going to manage right here your seating chart. You will add in the range of test booklets that you have. I'm just going to do, make up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to, let's say I've got 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 2. I'm going to add this range. You may have two ranges because of the kind of distribution of students. I'll delete this for you, Leslie, soon. So you might also need to do, let's say, I think only 20 booklets or 10 booklets come in a pack. So you'll probably have 3 ranges to enter. So that was a poor example, but nevertheless, you'll enter your 3 ranges. You know how to do that. Again, if you make a mistake, you just click delete and it goes away. You'll select left if you're going to select where the door is. So what wall is the door on? Select left if the wall or door is on your left as you face students. So fill this out while you're facing your students. And you're literally just going to pick which way as you face your students is the door on. So I'm just going to say the door is on my left, and it's it's usually in the back or the front of the room. It's not going to ever be in the center in these rooms. I'm going to add my door. That's it. And then you're just going to come down here and you're going to, so the door usually comes on. So here, I'm facing my students. The door is right over here. Here's the front of the room. The first student note card that I set down was right here in this front corner. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to assign my student. So that would be Nick. And then I'm going to go, and then I actually get to click the test booklet that I gave him. Again, we just had you write that serial number down so that you don't have to disrupt the tester. And then there's Nick. And then I'm going to go back to seat 2. And again, that would have been Kelly. And then I gave Kelly the 00001. I can verify that when I go around and look at Kelly's note card where she wrote the test booklet. So you would have a few minutes prior serpentined your testing booklet. So they're coming up and down the rows like this. So you should know which numbers they are, but you can verify that you passed out the test booklet serial number by just seeing what they actually wrote. The nice thing here in this case is that the test book serial number also pops on their initials. If you make an error with the test book serial number or with the student's name, you just go back and you clear the seat and click OK, and it all goes away. And then you'll come back. You'll come back to the top, and then you'll be all set with your seating chart. Again, you can clear everything. You can do a spot check. Once all of your students have been entered in the seating chart, this little button, I believe, goes yellow and you can submit your chart. That is the final thing that you will do in Test Day Toolkit. So you'll check them in, you'll do the seating chart with the serial numbers, and that is it. You'll be done with the computer for the duration of the test. The start and stop times, the instructions, again, are all on paper like we're all used to. I'll be bouncing around during this time if you have any questions or concerns, and again, we'll figure it out together. We have the whole test to submit this. I want to come back and just highlight a couple of other things. During testing, again, if someone's cheating, this should not be Sam. Sam is there. I should say Andy or Charlotte. If someone is, I'm just going to put Andy for now. We'll let Charlotte take a rest here. If someone's cheating, the least disruptive manner to dismiss them. So, that's probably not making a scene or talking to the student in the middle of the test. You would note the time that it occurred, the duration, and then you would talk to that student at the break. Again, it's always what is the least disruptive way to have the student exit. All irregularities will get, again, noted and completed with me or with Charlotte. I'm just going to put test admin. Note students who have been involved and, of course, the action that you took in the least disruptive manner. And, of course, you're recording all of your start and stop times in the test manual. Breaks, just the most important thing, this is pretty straightforward. The most important things is just that you do never leave the test materials with the students when you're not in the room. So if you need a break, honestly, what might be easiest is if you, once the test is started, you grab one of our hall monitors to come in and stand and you take a break while the students are testing. It's a bit more complicated if you take a break while the students are also there because the door would need to be shut with no students in it. The breaks are short with SATs. Students should not be milling about or not have a purpose to be in the hallway. So they can stretch, they can stand in your room. Encourage them to leave the room only to use the restroom to get a drink, but they need to come back into the room so that they do not disrupt the other rooms that are testing. Everybody will be on a slightly different schedule. A couple last things here. There is a 5th section that College Board requires us to do. There's 16 questions. It's 20 minutes additional of testing, and it does not impact the student scores for college. So section 5 will be clearly marked in the directions. There is no essay, and we didn't have any issues. With that. The last thing that I just want to point out is that after testing, you'll dismiss your individual room. You'll make sure that your materials are separated, used and unused. You will also go ahead and fill out this material report form where you note which serial numbers you used and which serial numbers you didn't use. So this is a national SAT. There will likely be a few students who are absent. And you'll return this back with your test answer sheets and test booklets. Again, the attendance sheets and the seating chart, those are all electronic this year. There will be nothing for you to submit for that. The testing irregularity you would do with Charlotte or me. Again, do not, with the test day toolkit, we will figure things out together on Saturday. And we'll be around to help you. There's just a couple of classrooms. We don't have a ton of students testing, so we'll be around to support any of your questions related to the test day toolkit. Thank you so much for giving up your time on Saturday. We really, really appreciate it.